Hey guys, it's Shan. So this episode, I'm going to mainly talk about the things you need to prepare before you start your Asia trip. Actually, I have note right on my desktop of my laptop, so I just want to um, remind all of the detail things or small tips things for every single thing before you come here, and will prepare yourself before you truly step into Asia. Well, first thing I'm going to talk about how to pack. Travel light is always been a smart idea for you to travel anywhere, right? So something about suitcases weight. You need to be aware of about the suitcases weight, because I know, for instance, like if you fly in from United States into China, you're going to fly like United Airline, Continental Airline, American Airline. Those airlines usually allow you to travel with 2 suitcases per person. I mean, checking 2 suitcases per person, and each suitcase the weight limitation is about 50 pounds, right? But if you are going to visit many cities in China, flying from city to city in China, those China domestic flight, they only allow you to check in one piece of suitcase, and the weight of it is about 20 kilo, 44 pounds. And most of the hotels in China, in the bathroom, they will have the scale. You always can weigh them, no problem. Um, Something also about how to pack. Never pack any valuable things inside of your checking suitcases, and never travel with your expensive things. I mean, for instance, like ladies, your expensive jewelry, don't travel with them. Um, like many years ago in my group, I got a customer. She called me at midnight and told me, Shanshan, my jewelry, I locked them in the safe and I couldn't find it anywhere. Well, well, I have to say it's not really happening all the time like that and always truly safe. But well, like this situation truly happened, the only thing I can help you that is call the policeman, and nothing else we can truly do. And if you have those insurance can cover that, that's the only way I can help you to solve the problem, right? So why not just try to avoid it? Don't pack any expensive jewelry, expensive things, valuable things, and don't travel with them at all. When you pack your clothes, please check about the weather forecast before you come to China, before you come to actually any country, right? Another example to you, a group of mine in 2007, they visit China. Actually, they're all from Orlando, Florida. They landed in Hong Kong. We started the trip from Hong Kong all the way to Shanghai, the Yangtze River, Xi'an, Beijing. So anyhow, they landed in Hong Kong, October, and Hong Kong, tropical area. At that time, everybody wearing shorts in Hong Kong, so comfortable weather. And when we finally arrived in Beijing at the end of October, can you imagine? It was snowing on top of the Great Wall, and none of them in the group prepared any heavy jacket. And I still remember that group photo we've taken on top of the Great Wall. Everybody wrap around like Teletubby style, and they got the jacket, they bought it from here or there, and they put on all of their summer clothes together. They still got many rolls hanging on their face. It's a very cute picture, I have to say. But anyhow, check weather forecast before come, and give yourself enough clothes, right? And when you pack the clothes, another tip, very important, always, like couple of you travel together, always mix pack each other's clothes in each other's suitcases, and always pack extra clothes inside your carry-on, because lost suitcases happens all the time, every single group almost, and usually can take another day for them to find your suitcases and upload them into a new flight, and then another 12 hours could be to finally deliver to our hotel. So mix pack each other's suitcase, I mean clothes into each other's suitcases, pack extra clothes inside your carry-on. Um, Something about the carry-on. Actually, the carry-on, they have also some rule from the airline company. But honestly, from my experience in China at the airport, they never ever count how many carry-on they have. They never ever weigh them at all. So just small size, how small, same rule like in your country. And you also can pack some small quantity containers, less than 3 ounces, and put them in a zip bag and carry them on the airplane, no problem. Those are all same rules. So anyhow, you can balance the weight between your carry-on and also your check-in suitcases. Some other small things you may forget, for instance, like rechargers of your cell phone, electronic things. Um, you know, just double check them before you come, because when you land in here, uh, maybe the electronic store do not have particular type of the machine you have, right? Just try to avoid those small problems. Um, iron curl. For ladies, I have to say, women in China, very few of us will use iron curl thing. Um, so before, especially another thing I want to mention as ladies, before you plug in the hotel in China, check about the power, um, the walls. Many ladies call me and say, I explored my iron core, and not so many places you truly can find. One in China, maybe you can find one in Watson's, like Walgreens in America, but they don't have so many choices. There could be, just small thing, iron core thing, not really a big one, maybe good enough for you to make you look neat. So ladies, if you want to look neat, if you shouldn't use the iron core every single day, watch out about that. Something about adapter. If you are going to stay in star-rated hotels in China during your trip, don't worry about that. All of the star-rated hotel, they always have free one for you to borrow. But if you do the backpack style to visit truly remote area, stay most of the time in those motels. Sorry, they don't have those things. You need to bring by yourself. Um, Something about memory stick. I know a lot of you taken thousands, millions of pictures. You carry very expensive cameras, right? Memory stick, please bring them, because memory stick, number one, the price as expensive as America. And another thing that is you can't promise they're truly a good electronic store uh, within the walking distance to your hotel, right? Another thing that is after a whole day tour, you may come back to the hotel very late in the evening. You may not have enough time to rent a next door store. Try to avoid those things. Bring yourself enough memory stick. Um, well, next thing I'm going to talk about is medicine. Do you need to bring some medicine? Yes, for sure. I have seen so many customers always tell me, I've never ever got sick in my trip, but they got sick in China. Why? Think about it. When you Google the top 10 most polluted cities in the world, you can find top 7 are in China. So you always can find those you always can have those nasal problems, sore throat. It's so common. I can tell you, 1/3 of my customer in the group, every single group would have that problem. Another example to you, like my husband Steven, he's originally from Houston, Texas. He's been living in Beijing with me about 2 years already. And last month I sent him to Miami for a conference there. Been just 3 days there. And the first day he already got nasal problem. And he called me and said, I'm not used to the clean air. And even after he came back to Beijing, he'd been sick for more than a week to recover. So I have to say, well, this is like body system or whatever you are used to, right? Think about it. China being about 12 hours at least ahead of like US time, right? And you come here, jet lag at the beginning, and you're really tiring from the tour group, traveling things. So your whole body system needs time to get used to everything here. Some simple medicine I highly recommend you to bring. Number one, like aspirin, like antibiotic pills, like Imodium. Diarrhea could be the water, the food. It doesn't mean about the food is not clean, but just different food. And sometimes people are not used to it. Another example, like big Viking River cruises, they have boats also in Europe, and American customer visit there also got diarrhea sometime, or so those things always happen. Bring those simple medicine will save a lot of energy to you. Next question, do you need to buy insurance, travel insurance? Actually, I question myself all the time too. I love traveling too. Well, I have to say yes, to be safe. It doesn't matter about your age, but just to be safe. Example, like in 2010, I visited Europe, backpack style with my mom. I bought insurance. Well, the weather actually in November, I checked even from weather forecast is everything okay. It's just like 11 or 8 Celsius degree all the time, something like that. But the third day, we got snowstorm in Amsterdam. my mom got coldness, and she carried this coldness for the rest of her trip. Well, I can't imagine even without that insurance thing. I mean, I took her to see the doctor, or those things could be covered. I mean, truly save a lot of money to me. Talking about this is nothing about age. Another sample to you. About 2 years ago in my group, I had already finished my group in Shanghai, and I flew back from Shanghai to Beijing. And that evening, when I landed in Beijing, then the hotel called me and said, "You're a customer." The girl traveled with her mom too, her age same as me, about 30, and then she just missed a step right in front of the hotel. I mean, on the walking street. She just missed a step, and she fractured herself. The next day, she's going to fly back. Definitely, she didn't have any medical insurance she bought before, so she had to pay extra, upgrade herself for everything to do. And I have to say, China is just a developing country that truly made a lot of public facilities not that good compared with developed country. I mean, like Europe or Australia, New Zealand, or US. So that another sample to you, like the port in Chongqing City, we usually get on the boat, right? The steps about 100 to 200, mainly depends on the water level of the Yangtze River. Only since last year they start to install the rail for people to hold to walk down. I know in most of the countries, if you truly fall, you can sue those places, right? But sorry, a lot of places in China still not that well prepared for those public facilities. Or even like the hotel, sometimes you miss a step. So just in case, travel insurance, I truly recommend you to get one before you come here. Well, some people may ask me before, like, do you need to take like flu injection? I don't think so. I don't think you truly need to take a flu injection before you come here. Like saying some like breathing machine, like scooters, wheelchair, those things. If you have those, it's alright for you to travel in China. Breathing machine. I've met a lot of customers in my group. They travel with their breathing machine, no problem. And also easy for you to get, a bottle of water, steam water for you to refill inside a breathing machine. That is not a problem at all. Scooters. Well, another story to share with you. A coworker of mine, about 4 years ago, she got 4 ladies in her group riding on scooters. I was kidding with her. I called her group like a motorcycle team, huh? Well, this is another very inconvenient situation in China. I mean, in your country, maybe you can check in. I mean, you can, ride on scooters all the way to the boarding gate and check in there, something like that. But in China, I'm so sorry, very, very complicated. Number one, well, just some experience. I remember she brought her group all the way to the security place, and then they had to separate the battery away from the scooters. The scooters must be folded and check in, like a check-in suitcase. And the battery, you know how heavy it could be, right? They need to carry them onto the plane. I know it sounds ridiculous, but this is a procedure you have to follow. So, whether you want to travel like that way or not, you can decide after you watch this episode, right? About wheelchairs. Well, wheelchairs you can, if you have wheelchairs, you can bring into China, no problem. Same thing until the boarding gate, you can check in your wheelchair and get on the airplane. And if you say you want to use any wheelchair things here in China, from the hotel, you can borrow a wheelchair, no problem. But usually you need to pay like a deposit money, something like that. And at the airport, yes, you can get a wheelchair from the air company, but you need to walk in to the counter. The wheelchair cannot be wait for you at the doorway, no way. And then you need to fill forms. After you fill the forms, usually you need to wait until the last minute. That means the boarding time, because they usually rotate and the staff want to wait until the last minute, then they can push you in, and then you just get on the airplane directly. So usually you need to wait outside for a long time until the last minute. They got your stuff and then to push you in, something like that. Another thing, like if you truly have, for instance, 1 week ahead before the trip, you sprain your ankles or hurt yourself, don't truly challenge yourself, because you are coming to this developing country here. I can tell you, you may not enjoy your trip for sure. Another sample for you, a couple in my group. That group we were going to visit Tibet, and the couple, guy about 86 years old, his wife about 84 years old, and just a week ahead, she's twisted her knee, and then she tried to do some massage, even made it worse. But they still got on the airplane and came here. We need to go to Tibet. Think about it. Tibet is another thing, actually. I'm going to talk about it later on. Anyhow, Tibet, for instance, like all of the restaurants we are going to, all located on the second floor, and there's no elevators. So can you imagine the whole Tibet trip? She'd been just sitting down in the bus. She couldn't get on and get off bus so often. And like we try to get her onto the boat, I have to hire 6 people to carry her like a suitcase to upload her. So many of those kind of situations will truly make your trip not really enjoyable. So I highly recommend, if you truly have those situations, postpone it. Save yourself energy, and also you can enjoy your trip better later on when you truly fully recover, right? And another thing that is, please do some exercise before you come to China to visit, because a lot of places you need to walk a lot. For instance, like the first day, the trip in Beijing, usually you are going to visit Tiananmen Square, Forbidden City, Tsar Palace. Those are huge. How huge? I have a pedometer, and I always calculate about how many kilometers I walk every single day. Usually, like that first day trip to visit those palaces, about 12 kilometers. So you can tell you walk a lot. So do some exercise before you come. It's also smart. Another thing is about money. Do you need to cash a lot of Chinese money before you come here? I don't suggest you to exchange a lot of money. Number one, exchange rate I found is better here. I mean, you can get a better exchange rate in China. So change it here. And bank and ATM machine everywhere, very convenient, no problem for you to do them, to do the exchange money thing, and also you can do it in the hotel, no problem. Credit card, international credit card, oh, no problem. If you truly want to bring some cash, $100 should be good enough. And even during your trip in China, for some pocket money, maybe 50 US, always keep like $50 into your pocket, about 320 yuan, would be good enough. So those are some basic things. Oh, sorry, I forgot one more thing about suitcase. Don't bring expensive or brand new suitcase with you into China. I've also dealt with a lot of those situations. Well, another sample again, like those porters from the hotel or from the boat or whatever from the airport, they just pull it. They just, truly pull it by a violent way. And sometimes like the handle broke, or you don't want anything happen on your brand new suitcase, right? I know it could be heartbroken. So just bring some durable and non really expensive suitcase will be good enough for you. So those are the basic things I want to talk before you start the trip, before you land into China or Asia. So next episode I'm going to talk more detailed things into hotel booking or air tickets, traffic, meals, everything. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope those information are very helpful to you. If you have any question, please leave a comment. Thank you for watching.